welcome to my Project of the Week video. This week I am doing the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. I have to tell you, this turned out way better than I thought. I am not following any instructions. I am just going off by my own wits on how the characters look in the movie. This is not a product. It is not for sale. It is my own because copyright reasons. I can't sell this. And I have decided to take a break from making patterns for now and make project videos for a while. If you haven't read my last Instagram post, it'll explain why. But all over that, let's just get into the video. So I made 3 dolls for this video and I cut out all of their hair. I tried to find the right colors of felt to match their look, and I think it worked out quite well. I tried to copy it the best I could from just looking at a real picture, just the outline of their hair, and it turned out pretty good. I mean, it turned out really good. So now I'm going to attach all of the hair onto the dolls' heads. I'm not going to show myself putting all of the dolls' hair together, but I am going to show one of them at least. And as I was putting it together, it was actually turning out really, really good. Just the hair. I basically do my same stitch all the way around the hair, the rim of the scalp. Is that scalp? Yeah, no, I don't have a video in front of me, so I can't really see what I'm doing. But once I finished Winnie's hair, I basically did the rest of them, and I didn't show what they looked like on camera after I was finished sewing their hair on, but trust me, they looked really good. You'll see them later in the videos. Looked really good. I'll have to cut the bottom a little bit because of how short her hair is in the back, but that is about it, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So after I did their hair, I basically cut out all the clothing, and Winnie's had to be the most. She's got a lot of pieces to her clothing. As I was looking at her dress, I noticed that she has a bodice, 2 sleeves, a corset, 3 panels in the front, and then she's got 1 panel in the back for her skirt. That's just the inner layer of her clothing. She still has that coat that goes over her corset and her purple shirt. Basically 2 panels in the front, 1 panel in the back, and 2 sleeves. We're gonna make that her cape since that's a lot of felt for her clothing. It just makes it too thick, so I'm gonna call that her cape. I know that's just part of her dress. If I did it with fabric, I probably would have made her cape, but skip that part. We're just gonna call it a cape and call it good. For Mary's dress, she only had a shirt, a corset, and a skirt, and a little apron in the front, and a cape. That's basically it. And I love her colors in her dress. I couldn't find anything that matched her skirt, so I am using ribbon for her skirt. For Sarah's dress, I'm making her a corset shirt, and she will have the same skirt panels as Winnie's dress, and she will also have, I don't know what those are called, but she'll have like puff in the front, and then she also has her cape like Mary's. So the first thing I did is I began to sew Winnie's and Sarah's skirts first because they were the easiest, and I felt like I didn't feel anything, honestly. So the way that Winnie's dress is, her front panel has more of a triangle opening in the front to show the purple, and Sarah's has more of a, I'm gonna say rectangle, but it's not even close to that. It's a little bit more open than a triangle. But I basically laid down the felt on each side, and I sewed it together, and then I opened them all up. FYI, you can iron felt. You just have to have a cover over it, like a piece of fabric or a cloth. You don't want to burn your felt. If it's cheap felt, then yes, it will burn. At first, I thought the skirt was going to be successful. As I was putting it together, I measured it out. I put the little apron on, and I started to sew it the wrong way. Here is a clip of me getting frustrated. Just watch. You know what I just did wrong? I just sewed it wrong side out. Okay, we'll make it work. Dang it. I gotta pull that out and start over again. Dang it. How did it go? It would have still been okay, so definitely make it, I don't know. It wouldn't have worked, because look how skinny that would have been. I mean, it would have worked around her waist, but Her flare is just like slim. Oh gosh. Yeah, her flare is like slim. Alright, I've got an idea for her skirt. Be right back. So I had to cut the same panels for her skirt as Winnie's and Sarah's in black, and basically sew the ribbon onto that skirt, and I had to cut her little apron off. I didn't want to throw it out. I didn't feel like pulling out more felt. Yeah, it worked out nicely in the end, but I was a little upset that I had to cut more stuff out to just make her skirt. After I finished the skirts, I basically started sewing their shirts together. Two of the shirts, which is Winnie's and Mary's shirts, are the same because those are the ones with the corsets, and Sarah's shirt is basically just a built-in corset. I began to sew my shirts together one by one, and then after I was done sewing them together, I cut them down to fit the doll because they were huge. I didn't expect them to be that big. This is how I wanted their shirts to be. This is what I want their shirts to look like, so that their corsets will fit. So I'm gonna cut their shirts down to their sizes. So I cut all these down, including this one. I made a little accident, but that's okay. I'm gonna sew it down, so I'm not really worried about it. This one is the corset and the shirt at the same time. These two are just shirts, and then the corset goes over the shirt. I'm just gonna sew this one down just to show you what it looks like, and then these two are the same way. You know what I was supposed to do? I actually was supposed to hand sew these together so that they're sewn onto the doll, because this is actually going to be very, very difficult to pull out. We'll see. I can always make another one if I have to. This is going to take me a minute to pull right side out, and I don't want to tear it at all. Crap. I'm thinking that this might actually come out. You know what? I have a sharp stick. So let's see. What the knitting needle is gonna do is poke me and poke a hole. Did it work? Oh! Did I put a hole through it? I didn't. Crazy. Look at that. Looks like a stick. Definitely is gonna need an ironing. It looks so good. Okay, I want to sew the other one and then do the same thing to the other one before I make anything else. Okay, I struggled with this side a little bit, but this side like popped out so easily. I thought this one would too, but it didn't. But this is what it looks like finished, pretty much on the bottom, and you're basically going to sew it. Again, it is not a tutorial. I am going to sew it to her back, so that way it does not come off. None of this clothing is coming off at all. These are my dolls, so I don't care if the clothing doesn't come off. I basically sewed the corsets together, and I just started assembling Winnie's coat, or it was her cape. I basically assembled her cape, and yeah, it turned out well. And then I just started assembling their clothing the way I felt it should look. Yeah, it was quite fun until I got to Winnie's coat, and I wanted to draw on it so bad. Like, she has like these little moons and stars on the front of her coat, and I could not get that detail into that felt. I tried it on a different piece of felt, but that felt for her coat that I was using was cheap, very cheap, and I was ripping through the felt. I will have to do a demonstration one day on how I did it, but you can draw on felt. It can't be cheap. For Mary's dress, her corset has 4 rings, some rings on the front of her corset. This was painful. I could not get the rings through the felt. I had to keep pulling a thicker needle through, and the felt would close up. This is like the most annoying thing I could ever do. Oh my gosh, it's like so tiny. it's not coming off. There's one. And I'm just gonna measure her neck. You can see all the grease on my hands. Don't get her little hairs in there. Oh, this is gonna be fun. As you can see here, I am just struggling to get these little jewels on, and the cape was even harder than the corset itself because I had to do Sarah's and Mary's. Oh gosh. Here it goes again. This is so hard. I kid you not. This part is like the most tedious thing I think I've ever done in my entire life. Lay there for a minute. You see how hard it is to play with tedious jewelry? Shout out to the ones that play with jewelry. Good gracious. Now just lay her on it. You have got to be kidding me. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this in first. Alright, all I have to do is lay you on there, wrap it around your neck, and hook it on. At this point, I really don't care if I smush my fingers. This jewelry is so freaking hard. I don't think I've ever had any problem sitting here playing with jewelry this freaking much. Like fighting with it almost. If this comes off, I'm gonna scream. I swear I just want to be done. Oh my gosh, I am struggling. It's been 5 minutes. I haven't even done Sarah's. Get on there. Yes. You'll do. Holy crap, man. Holy moly. She had the most jewelry work. I almost want to glue the cape so it doesn't move. One of these jewels come off, I'm going to be so mad. That is cute, though. I almost want to put jewels on Winnie's. She's done. Woo. Now for you. Holy crap, this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna do this off camera. I forgot to show Sarah's corset, how I did her corset. I don't remember quite how I did it, but the string for her corset was wrong. It was like this light pink because I lost my other color, and then later I found it underneath my chair. I'm so lazy when it comes to looking for stuff. I just basically give up. I use whatever I have lying around, so I don't care. Honestly, it turned out way better because I took a pen and I actually colored in her corset string, and it blended in very well. A little too well, actually. And I left it. I just left it alone. So, yeah, that happens. So here you have it, the 3 Sanderson sisters. They look so amazing. They were little complications here and there, but that's okay. We got through it. I got through it, mostly. So the most complicated one that I have done was Mary's. It had to have been Mary's, for sure. She had the most jewelry work, and her skirt was impossible to make, but I made do. So here you have it, my copycat version of the Sanderson sisters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you guys think, and comment down below what your favorite character of the Sanderson sisters is. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then click that notification bell to let it chime, and I'll see you all next time. So bye!